Super Draco here, and we're back to continue Pack 5 of Build Optimus Prime. So jumping in, we're going to take parts 5-39 and 40, and then we're going to mount those together with two 2.3 by 6mm PB screws. Okay, and then in this case, because this is a joint, I'm making sure with my Optimus Prime screwdriver that everything's bolted in nice and tight, because again, that screwdriver is a wider diameter than the other. So then we're going to bring in part 5-46. If you remember in the previous pack, they had revised this, but they've already corrected it, so no need to worry about revised parts. So with that band on there, then we're going to bring in part 5-35. That's going to rest like so, and then we're going to mount them together with four 2.3 by 6mm PB screws. Okay, so the weak magnetism, but also the shape of that screwdriver isn't great for this kind of install, so we're going to use the Optimus Prime screwdriver. Unfortunately, my Optimus Prime screwdriver, as you can see, it's already bending, and that's on top of the grip being made out of hard and glossy plastic, so it's uncomfortable in the hand, but it's already breaking down, so it's not ideal either way. Okay, and with this screw in, that part's done, so next we're going to move on. We need our upper arm we built in pack 4, so then we're going to need parts 32, 33, and 38. So these parts are going to build the Prime's elbow spike. So what we're going to do here is that big peg is going to plug into part 32, like so. So then we're going to take part 38, and that's going to sandwich in the middle there. It's got a little track so it can slide up and down, simulating a piston. And then we're going to sandwich it all together with part 33, and then lock the whole thing together with two 2.3 by 6mm PB screws. Now, as you can see, the piston didn't want to move, which meant that one side of it was not lined up properly in the track. So this time I'm going to see, I'm trying different approaches to see if I can figure out a better way of getting this to line up. If you remember in pack 3, I had to disassemble this elbow because it actually come out of the track at least once. I think it came out twice, but I may have edited the second one from the video. So now that we've got it and it can move clean and unobstructed, we're going to screw it all together. These are plastic pieces, so you don't want to over tighten the screws, but again, you want to make sure that fake piston is moving properly. So once we've got that done, then we're going to bring in part 5-31. So we want the elbow kind of spread out, and the instructions want it pointing downward for some reason. Honestly, I don't think the orientation matters quite that much, but 5-31 just slides over the assembly we've already made, and then once you have them sandwiched together, you're going to lock it together with two more 2.3 by 6 millimeter PV screws. Now I would advise not grabbing that smokestack because you saw that one popped off. So that means I've snapped off both smokestacks doing this build and had to fix both of them later. So I know the angle is not the best on this. Don't worry, I am working on that. Once my income tax comes in, I'm upgrading my entire presentation, video and audio. So, anyway, and just a note, since those smokestacks are just stuck onto his arms, I really think that should have been something done in one of the last packs. Now, basically, I had a problem with alignment. I don't know if mine was just molded poorly or what, but I could not get one of the screw holes to line up too good. So we're going to jump ahead till I have that fixed. Alright, so installing this last screw, so then we're going to bring in part 5-34. 5-34 is just a gap or a gap filler panel. It's supposed to snap in, but mine will not snap together. I believe I had a similar problem in pack 3 because I believe I glued that one into place as well. So yeah, so I'm going to glue that into place. No muss, no fuss. So we're going to move on because we've seen me glue stuff before. And now a moment of anger with Super Draco 380. Seething with rage. Okay, so this isn't a moment of rage because of anything for other than editing Super Draco. So that's part 5-37. It's a push to fit. I'm just mad because this is like the one time I decided to push through, so I have to do extra work editing, and I'm kind of mad at myself right now. So anyhow, as you can see, I'm gluing the panel. We'll pick up when this is done. Okay, so next we're going to bring in part 5-3. That's going to slide in like so. So the fake piston on the elbow, you want it to go into that weird angular slot. Just like that. So then we're going to bring in our wrist assembly. So you can see a molded in band where the rubber band or whatever that is, or washer, ring, whatever you want to call it, that's going to feed right in there. And then we're going to bring in part 5-4. Okay, we're going to sandwich that together, and then we're going to lock it together with two PM 3x12 millimeter bolts with washers and nuts. And now a moment of ADD with Super Draco. I may be a child inside, but it's still funny. So moving on from that moment of ADD, so we've got our 3 by 12 millimeter PM bolt. So we're going to just load each of those up with a 5-49 washer. Okay, so you can see a specifically shaped opening for the nuts. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and put my bolt in the socket, get the Allen key on it, and then I've just got the nut pinned under my finger on the other side, and basically I can take pressure off of it once I feel it bite together. And as you can see, success. So now we just got to do the two at the bottom. So we feed the nut through, or the bolt through the nuts in the pre-shaped opening, and we just tighten down. I use quick twists to take the looseness out of it, and then we use the bend in the Allen key to get better torque. Alright, so that's 2 bolts. So for the third, we're going to go ahead and drop the nut in, keep a finger there so the nut doesn't fall out. Take our bolt with the washer and drop that into the socket. And if I don't throw my Allen key everywhere, then we'll just start locking it together. So some quick twists to take the looseness out, and then we use the bend to get the extra torque to tighten it all the way down. And so I do believe that this is a good stopping point. Thanks for watching. Check out my fantasy story, King of Mercenaries, on Fiction Press. Follow me on X, and I'll see you for part 3 where we finish up Pack 5.